Hey guys, I'm doing this quick video for you. I talked about in my last podcast, if you watched my podcast in the last episode 23, I talked about this graphic that I added to the end of my podcast. And some of you have already reached out to me because I said I was going to show you how to do it. And so I decided, okay, let me do this video real quick so I can post it inside of our group so you guys can see roughly how you can create this. Now, first things first, on the screen, I'm inside of my ChatGPT. And the reason why I'm in here is because this is kind of where the whole thing originated with. So anytime you're trying to create a graphic, any type of motion graphic or in videos, you want to always start off with a stale image, whether it be, so in this case, I wanted to create a contact card for my reels and for my content so that at the end now there's information on how to contact me. Only because the fact that some policies of some of the social media platforms, they don't let you do links at the end or the way to, or they don't like it when you kind of get people off the platform. So instead of creating check my bio and then having a link in the bio has maybe like a link tree or something, I decided I'm just going to put my information at the end of my videos in a graphic. That way it just shows up as part of the video. It gives people the information in order to be able to contact me. And it doesn't tell the algorithm that I'm trying to move you away from the actual system. At least that's the concept, right? Don't know if it works yet because I just did it, but I launched it in my last podcast, and so that's why I want to show you. So again, how it starts, I'm going to go to the screen right here, and you'll see I have this image. So this is a real image that I created using artificial intelligence. It stems off of a headshot that I already have on file. It's called the Ray Ortega headshot. A real photographer. I went out and got photography done at a location where I got a whole bunch of headshots done and different things. So I basically took this headshot, I dumped it into ChatGPT, and I think the prompt was just simply, I always tell it. So you want to follow these steps when you're going to do a prompt, right? You want to tell it who the AI is, like what is its job. Then you want to tell it what is it you want it to do, and then you tell it what format you want it at the end, right? So in this specific case, I wanted, it doesn't have to be in order. You just have to have those things incorporated. So what I said to it is I wanted to have a podcast cover. And so first of all, I wanted to create this square image, and I fed it my headshot as the input image and said, I need you to take my input image and I need you to make me into an AI automation alchemist. Now, I didn't describe exactly what that means because I don't even know what that means. Like I just used it because it seemed like a pretty cool term. And so I said AI automation alchemist, and then I gave it my taglines, right? Real AI insights, no hype, real results. Hosted by Ray Ortega. I just gave it the text. And then I let it go ham on it. And it created an image. So I literally said, create me an image. I said, you are my publisher and you are my art director. And your job is to create me an image for my podcast cover utilizing this information. And I gave it all that information, the real AI insights, no hype, all that kind of stuff. And then I said, and utilizing this image, and I uploaded the image. And I said, I need to look like an AI automation alchemist. And again, not knowing what that actually meant, I was like, I just wanted it to look that way, right? It gave me a few things. We did it several times. And I finally came into an image that looked exactly like this. So this is straight out of the AI originally, right? Where it has the podcast on the top, has an AI automation alchemist, and it has all the information there, and it has my head, right? However, albeit so good, it's great cover, but how do I keep with the branding when I'm trying to do my videos and everything? So what I did is I brought it into ChatGPT, and again, I wanted to create, it's going to be part of a video, so I wanted to create a motion graphic. However, I didn't want to build this motion graphic from scratch. I didn't want to open up Canva. I didn't want to open up Photoshop or After Effects and start building out this whole thing. So what I ended up doing was I just dropped in this exact image at the top, and you can see the prompt here. It says I want a 9:16 because I want it to be for my reels, my YouTube shorts, that kind of stuff. So I said I wanted a 9:16. Basically a real size graphic that has my content information, my logo, and my contact information, my logo, my photo, all that stuff. And by the way, anytime you see the repetitive thing, and you probably know this by listening to me right now, is I have a tendency to repeat myself and stumble over my words because it's just my brain is moving faster than my mouth. And so sometimes I flub. But the key here is I told it I wanted a 9:16 graphic. I wanted to have all my contact information. Here is my contact information. So I gave it my contact, and then I says I want it to be a smooth animation where it pops up. This is me talking, by the way. I have whisper flow. So I was speaking into it. So it just kept everything that I said, right? It says do it a card-like fashion, and then it slides in the other text. Even if you can't animate it, I want you to create the image of it, and then I'll have another tool animate it. Now, the thing is, ChatGPT doesn't do animations. ChatGPT will just do images. Every once in a while, I'll nudge the AI just to see if it has another feature that has been released that I don't know of. It's just my sheer engineering nature. That's how I am. I'm always kind of like pushing technology to the edge. And so I was just basically saying, if you have this capability, do it. If you don't, just give me an image. Because the reality is I could take this to another tool and create the rest of it, okay? And so that's what it did. It created the image, and this is really cool. I liked it. In fact, I would have just pushed this up there and just done like a crossfade between the last frame of the video and then obviously my graphic. But I wanted to do it as a motion graphic. So now that I have this image, all you do is you download this image, and then I go to Google Gemini. So now, mind you, I'm in ChatGPT. ChatGPT created me the image. However, Google Gemini has the ability to create videos, and if you have an account with Google or Google Workspace, or you're paying the $20 a month for Gemini or for the AI tools, you'll get at least 3 free videos a day. 3 free videos a day on Gemini. So I go to Gemini.google, okay, and I'll show you right here. So I did it again here. I'll input the output. Sorry, clicking on it. Having trouble. Okay, there we go. So remember, I got this from ChatGPT. This was the output from ChatGPT. So all I did was go into Gemini. I created a new chat. I said, I want you to create a video. See down here it has videos. Normally it's going to look like this. Oh, it's going to have me do a new chat. So normally you won't see the videos down here, and you'll have to hit plus, and then you'll have to say create video. Okay. And then what you do is you pop in the image. And then this is what I said. I said, can you take the following image that I've uploaded and animate it as a motion graphic where the image pops up, and then maybe slide in the text elements or fade in the text elements to make it look more like a motion graphic. Lasts about 5 seconds. So I give it its context, and then this was the output. And by the way, it has the sound effects too. So I didn't create the sound effects. All that came with it. All right, now, a few things here. I left the Gemini logo on the bottom right, but you can essentially take that and you can replace it. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. But as you can see, when I hit play, there's like a little glitch at the beginning before it actually goes into the full screen, whatever. So what I did is I just trimmed it. I just trimmed it at, like, let's say around 1 second. Like, where is it? Like right here. So see how it starts with this graphic and then it goes into the motion graphic? So I trimmed it there. And then I took it to about when it fully comes in your face right there. And then I trimmed it there. And then now when I drop that into my video editor, all I do is just crossfade between the last frame of the video and this. And so it easily transitioned into this piece right here. I could actually show you. Yeah, so it's around right here. Usually where you see this audio track. Here is where I start doing the outro to my podcast. I run a little bit of an audio there before it actually crossfades into the ending. So here's the ending part. The podcast. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Alchemist Podcast. AI Automation. Alchemist Podcast. See that? So you see how it says podcast? It goes one last like sound while it zooms in, and then I just cut it there. So we have our video. We're here. Okay. So you see it over and over again. Right. So we just want to remove this section right here, this area. I don't want to zoom in like that. We want to move this right here. We want to remove the Gemini logo. So what we want to do is we want to go to basic video, and then right here it says AI removal. And then you want to highlight the area. So if I click here, brush to select, and I'll select that area. And so it takes credits. So you'll see it says estimated credits needed is 100 credits. So I'll hit remove, and then it's going to apply that. And then now it's going to run through its paces so that it can remove that specific spot. All right, so we go back to the beginning. As you can see, it's no longer there. I only used up 100 credits. So now we have it clean. There you you go. And that's the pure clean version, right? Pure clean version. So we have that. We're good. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit, like I said earlier. I'm just going to edit to start here. Now inside of CapCut, I have the quick keys are Q and W. Q is edit anything out to the left. W is edit anything out to the right. I'm going to hit Q. It's going to cut out that end there. And I'm going to go to the back end. And when it does that last push forward, I'm going to edit there. There you go. And I'm going to hit W. No, cuts there. All right, so now I have my endpoint. So I hit I for endpoint, and I hit O for outpoint. Good there. So now I hit export. And podcast outro. And I'm going to export to my social media videos. Resolution, I believe it's set to 1080, but I'll make the resolution 4K just to guarantee that I have the highest possible. Then I will export. And the cool thing is when it's done, it actually has a preview. But I'm just going to go ahead and cancel because once it's done, I don't want to share it anywhere. I just want to open it up in my movies, social videos, podcast outro. And now you see there's no Gemini logo on the bottom right. I know there's a lot of steps in there, but just to recap, you want to create, first of all, if you're going to do a headshot, whatever graphic you want to do. But in this specific graphic, I wanted to do a headshot, and I wanted to use that headshot for my card. I call it a contact card. So I do the headshot first, then I put the headshot into ChatGPT, and then I use the ChatGPT make image, which is there's a make image option, and then I basically give it a description of what image I want to create, more specifically with my personal face. Like one of the things this says a bonus tip is that if you don't want it to mess with your face or facial features or your body type, you got to give it what's called a negative prompt. You have to say, do not change my body type, do not change my face, because sometimes you'll do multiple iterations where it's changing like other areas, not just creating the graphic that you're looking for. So just want to keep a heads up on that. You want to be very detailed when you give it the description of how to create whatever graphic you're creating. So in this specific scenario, I gave it my contact information and I said include my contact information into the graphic. Then once the output of ChatGPT is there, then you copy that and you move it over to Gemini. And in Gemini, all you do is you just plop it into Gemini, and then you give it the description of what you want it to do and what I mean by like what the motion graphic is. Again, be very descriptive. I want, the text to slide in from the left or from the right, or I want it to fade in. I want it to jump, bounce, like all these keywords that you would use in video. Like I want to do any of that stuff. You want to give it those keywords. And then you'll get your output. And then the thing is, you could take the output as is, which I did in the previous podcast, or you can now find a way to get rid of this, the Gemini icon that's on the bottom right. If you have I think if you have a pro or one of the premium accounts, it'll get rid of that watermark. But if you have like the lower account, the $20 a month account, it'll leave that watermark. And so you're going to have to take that watermark off if you want to. If you want to, you don't have to. In this specific case, I had to use CapCut because the Canva no longer has that option to wipe out or erase something off of a video. So I had to go into CapCut. The CapCut version I have is a pro version, which has AI credits. It took 100 credits in order to remove that icon off of the image, simply by dropping it into the timeline and then going to basic editing. Right here, video, basic, and then go into AI remove, and then you just take the paintbrush tool and you paintbrush over it, and then you hit, go ahead, and it'll take 100 credits and then knock it out for you. And that's basically it. And then you have your motion graphic, and then now you can just plop that into any of your reels, your YouTube shorts. If you want to do a bigger one, let's say you're doing landscape mode for like YouTube, all you got to do is just go back to the beginning. You go to ChatGPT, you tell ChatGPT you want to make it a 16 by 9, which is the regular resolution for landscape. And so it'll convert this to a 16 by 9, and then you just go through the rest of the processes like normal. Thanks for listening to this video, and like, subscribe, follow, and I'll see you guys in the next one.